Well, I'm really looking forward to talking to you and learning about how this all came about.
Oh,
Um, I know your spot. It's a cool old building right there in downtown Quincy. And why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself?
um, so just me? You want to talk about just me?
Or
I'm not.
yeah. We can bleed into Lisa too and see how everything goes.
Yeah, so I'm the youngest of eight.
Oh, youngest of eight. Awesome.
Yeah, so I'm the baby of the family. I'm married to a wonderful man who's also from Quincy, Stephen, and we have an amazing 15-year-old son, Matthew.
Mm-hmm.
Born and bred Quincy. I actually I've lived on the same street my entire life.
Oh my gosh, that's insane. That's cool.
I was next to my parents' house. So that was the biggest move I've ever made in my life, from one door to the next.
Oh wow.
So
Well, Quincy just has this really cool, even though it's a city, there's a lot of familyness to it. I love that. I'm from New Hampshire, but as a kid, my parents used to live on Albion. Do you remember Albion Street?
that
Is
does
it
sound.
still? What's that?
I said that sounds familiar.
It's the one that kind of led into I think it was the bowling alley on Walston.
Yes. Yep.
I think, I don't know, but I always remember going down and it was just Walston had a cool vibe then, and it was really cool, and learning more about all the people in Quincy. I think the biggest thing I love is that even though it's a city, that there's still such a family thing going on there that you'd be shocked at from a city.
I know. I think we're at 100,000 now, but our roots are here. I have so many friends that still have roots here. If they're not here, their family roots are here. And just from opening the store is turning 14 on November 11th. But all the people we've met that know, like, I come from a big family, we come from a big family, so they know the name. Or like, oh, I had your father as a teacher or your uncle as a teacher, and it's kind of amazing.
Well, 14 years is amazing.
Yeah, that's what we're rolling on November 11th.
I was thinking about you guys and COVID, and in some ways, and I could be wrong, but because chocolate is such a comfort food, and these are hard times, I'm assuming that you guys might be doing all right.
So yes and no. When everything first happened, so Lisa actually lives with my parents. So Lisa lives right next door to me.
Yep.
Right now. My parents are both 88 years old, so they're kind of in that demographic of, you really need to keep safe. That's the demographic we're really concerned about.
Sure.
So when this happened, we kind of shut down because the worry was, if Lisa had an exposure, she could potentially bring it home to my parents. And my husband at the time was still going to work. So whatever his exposure was, I was having that exposure. So then Lisa and I technically couldn't be together, which makes it difficult when you own a business together.
Sure.
So it took us, it was like March, April, May. Lisa solely did, she solely did production out of our warehouse. We have a warehouse off of Washington Street near Cagney's. So I will say, as a community and our online customers, they stepped it up. They really supported us. Like with online orders, we did some pickups at some points, like Mother's Day and Easter. I did some deliveries where Lisa would be in the warehouse making stuff, and then I'd go deliver it. So we've been able to float. And things have been okay, especially with things like the PPP loan. Those were so important to small businesses. Fortunate to get it. But then our biggest concern right now is that where our retail store is located, we're not, the foot traffic isn't the same as it used to.
Sure.
Because a lot of people are working from home, so they're not in the buildings running out at lunch and things like that. and our corporate. We do a huge corporate business November and December. We do a lot of events, big events and favors, and the big events aren't happening. So it's really, we've been okay, and we're very grateful for that. I just want, like, we're nervous about the next 2 months, as I'm assuming most people are that are in the events industry.
Do you have kids?
Yeah, so my son is 15, really bright, talented. I give him, he's doing full remote right now, and I give him a lot of credit because it's hard to stay motivated when you're in front of a screen all day, and especially where he's an only a child. You know, sometimes if mom and dad have to run out or not be there, you know, we're confident in having him kind of work at what he needs to do, and he's been doing really good. I just want to get these kids to school, but that's a whole nother call for.
Yeah, you're cutting out a hair. You must be moving a little bit. There's something, but you know, I'm wondering how two sisters out of 8 kids, how is it that you two paired together and started this up?
So Lisa and I, I'm 8, Lisa's 6 in the lineup. There's a 9-year difference in age, I think. I'm right saying that. We shared a bedroom when we were
cool.
little. When off to college, she actually went to Johnson and Wales. When she went off to college, I cried every weekend because, you know, my big sister wasn't with me anymore. So we had a super close relationship, always. And then so Lisa got into hotel restaurant management. She worked for the Marriott for years, running the functions. And so she had a lot of connections in the event industry. And then when I was getting married in 2004, I was like a self-proclaimed chocoholic. I love chocolate. And I wanted a chocolate fountain for my wedding. But it was before anyone had chocolate fountains. So Lisa and I had seen on the Food Network, this guy, he was called the Chocolate Guy, had these big, huge chocolate fountains out in California. So she said, I know brides would want those. So what we ended up doing was purchasing one for my wedding, like a commercial grade one, and we figured we could like rent it out for brides that wanted it. And so it's kind of how the whole chocolate thing started with the two of us. At the time, corporate paralegal. So I was doing that full time. Lisa was working the Marriott full time. But then on the side, we were renting out these fountains.
That's really cool. I'm sure, but my wife's favorite movie is Willy Wonka, the Chocolate Factory. That's her favorite movie, and I had never seen it honestly until I've only seen bits of it. But we watched a little of it about 2 weeks ago, and it's pretty funny.
You watched the original one?
Yeah, Gene Wilder.
That's the one to watch.
Yeah, he's pretty funny. His humor is pretty funny in it.
No, good.
So what would you say that you're most proud of? Like what offerings are you giving that you're like really excited about?
You mean in regards to like the confections we make and what we do, or just in general? In general, we do a really nice gifting business. Prior to opening up the store, if I had to give someone a gift, I would really look for something that was special. I tend to go food driven because I feel like most people like food. Sure. So when we opened up the store and really started our gifting business, on top of making sure that we were using high quality Belgian chocolate, a lot of original, all original recipes, I should say, and a lot of them were my mom, are like inspired by my mom.
So growing up, your mother made a lot of chocolate stuff.
She just made a lot of she still does. She makes a lot of everything. Everything's homemade. The bread's homemade. The meatballs are homemade. I mean, we're Italian too, 100%. So it's like there was nothing processed or anything. Everything was homemade. So all the desserts too. And as I said, I was a chocoholic, so the desserts were always my favorite. So we were, and I know I've said this before, we were foodies before foodie term even existed. Like that's, it had to be good. It had to be made from scratch. It had to be high quality ingredients and things taste good. And food was always about sitting down, sharing a meal, having time together. So it made it even taste that much better. So all that inspiration kind of came when Letha and I started making chocolate together, because we're actually both self-taught chocolatiers. Neither of us went to school for chocolate.
Mm. If I was to go in there and get some stuff, what would be the go-to, do you think?
So our top two sellers, so the first one's P squared C squared, which is Belgian chocolate caramel peanut butter with a salted potato chip crunch.
Ooh.
Hands down our biggest seller. And then the other one is our take on a turtle. It's called Laga Tartaruga. Tartaruga being like this messed up like word that my father made up in Italian, meaning turtle, but that's not the actual word.
Right. Yeah.
And the pecans are cooked in lager, sea salt, and cinnamon. They're chocolate ribbon caramel and Belgian chocolate. And both of those have been featured on the Food Network and the Cooking Channel.
Oh,
and
wow.
99% of the people that walk through our door or order online, that's what they're looking for. And all the other stuff is delicious too, but it's like they come in, we have people who, like, my wife sent me, I need to get this, or I have to have my fix. We get that all the time.
Oh, I love turtle. So I haven't been in, but I'm gonna go in and I'll be saying hi. So it's nice to just see the a community that supports you, and I think that's kind of what I see in these messages. Oh, Trafunky says I won't regret it, and I'm sure I won't. So I'll definitely be in. But I love the fact of like I'm a family guy too, and I'm fortunate enough to have a great wife and a bunch of kids, and I have seven. We have a blended family, but I love having a lot of kids, and we just had a new one, and I would have more, but I would think it would be amazing if my girls or the boys did something together, because it's kind of probably nice to keep the family together. Oh, absolutely. And honestly, before COVID, I don't know what this holiday season is going to look like, but you could come into the store or go to our warehouse and you at some point will see literally everyone in our family. They all have their own lives and their own careers, but it's like all hands on deck when things are busy for us. So the support of our family is amazing. So you'll have like my mom baking the brownies for the brownie pops. You'll have my dad cutting down the cardboard and doing all the recycling and running the errands for us. And then my sisters and brothers, like one of my brothers, he actually owns Hancock Appliance in Quincy. Oh, geez. He's an interior designer by nature. And so he'll come in, play, about packaging. I have another brother in the design area in retail who just helps us tremendously. And another brother who does errands for us. And then all the sisters will come in and they'll pack chocolate or they'll wait on customers. So at any point in time, especially during Christmas and Valentine's Day, you could meet all of us at one time. Well, that must be comforting. Yeah, nice. It is because especially in a retail business too, and it's nice to know if I have to walk out the door or do something with my son, everything's covered. I don't have to worry about who's at the register, who's putting together gifts for me. We have such it's nice to have that comfort, and not everyone has that, and we're super fortunate because of it. So again, like me, like getting to know Quincy more and understanding like just how things are. I, I like the fact that you can sit down. Like this summer, I was in Quincy Center, and we're just sitting down eating, and you can just see there's just this fabric of there's a lot of people know each other. So you're walking around, and there's a big it's a big city, but a nice community. and you growing up and living on the same street your whole life, and then you chose to do your business right in Quincy too. That's pretty amazing. I love that.
Yeah, no, it's nice, and I know it. You know, I've gone on vacations. I've been places.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Anywhere else, but I guess I'm a townie. You can call me a townie, and that's how it happens. But it is nice because even with my store, like I have one of my sixth grade teachers who still actually substitute teachers. She comes in and she is a regular every holiday. One of my favorite teachers growing up, and I probably never seen her again if I didn't open up the store. And I have such a nice relationship with her now, and it's just like, you know, people from my past are now coming in. They love the fact I graduated from Quincy High in 93. So it's, you know, people I didn't necessarily, even though we live in the city, it's a big city, I might not see them all the time. I get to see them all the time. So I'm a little spoiled. You know, people that, you know, I know there's Facebook and obviously social media, people can connect now, but it's different to have those face-to-face interactions. And that's one of the things about COVID that really is lousy, because that's what I really enjoy about being behind the counter, is being able to chat and talk with people that you don't get to see face-to-face all the time.
Yeah, that's nice. So you've been in business for 14 years. How many people is it taking to run your business? What does your staff look like?
Oh, right now it's skeleton. So it's me and Lisa. I actually finally I put my son, even though he's always helped us, he's now going to be working with us kind of more consistently during the holiday part-time. Anyone we had prior to COVID, we actually had to let go when the retail store closed down, did not reopen August, the retail component of it. And the other issue that we had was, like I said, even with Lisa and I being together. And that's why I have a mask on, because when I'm around Lisa and Lisa's around, we're around each other, we wear a mask. Because she lives with my parents, we've really cut down her exposure to people. Yep. So, like right now, as she's down the warehouse, we've had some, you know, holiday Thanksgiving stuff coming in. My dad will go down and work with her because he lives with her and it's fine. And my mom will go down and work, and then sometimes we'll shift it out where it's nice where our warehouse is. We actually have two big rooms, so I can be in the back while she's in the front. So my son and I will go down and do something. So we're at a skeleton crew right now.
That's pretty cool that your parents are 88 and they're still helping out. That's awesome.
They are amazing, and if you saw them, you'd have no idea that they were 88 years old, and they love to go out. They love seeing people. They love doing stuff. Same thing as I was saying, my mom still makes everything from scratch. She's stressing about Thanksgiving because we can't all go over there, so she's still thinking I'm going to make the big dinner, but she's going to have takeout. We can all go to the front door and get takeout from her house.
Oh, that's pretty cute. Yeah, it's definitely a very tough and trying time, and it's you know, it's tough on small businesses, and but I think you guys got a really cool thing going, and I'm glad you'll be learning about it. That's my baby in the background. But like, you know, the reality of owning a family business for 14 years is a huge accomplishment, and you know, during these times, you're saying, you know, the best awareness or the best stuff that you have going on right now is getting ready for the holidays. Is the retail shut down at this moment, or are you still, are you open?
So the retail is open. So we reopened in August. And right now, but we are on pared down our hours for October. So we're doing Wednesday through Friday, 11 to 3, Saturday, 10 to 2. As we start getting closer to Thanksgiving, I'm going to start opening that window up a little bit more.
Yep.
To see, because then it won't just really be about the, you know, like the walking traffic. It will be about people, like whether they're seeing people or not in person during the holiday season. The hope is they're still dropping gifts off or mailing gifts, and and still will want to do that. I will say, just this past week, I've seen a bump, kind of, in people. People are thinking about the holidays. People are kind of getting ready. So that bump is happening. I just hope it, I hope that roller coaster still goes up for the rest of the season.
Well, I'll come. I'll definitely come in and say hi and check out what you have going on. Do you source your stuff out other places? No, I mean, that source isn't the right word, but do you have your chocolate at stores in an area?
So we actually work with Winston Flowers Gourmet Division, so that some of their gourmet baskets include our stuff. If you go down to our brother store, Hancock Appliance, which is on Franklin Street, you have like a kiosk there of all our top sellers. And the nice thing about that is our original store, we just moved to this location last March, 2019. And our original store was on Franklin Street, a diagonal from Hancock. So a lot of people, even though we've tried to get the message out, but he has a big sign in his window. So if they're like, oh, Purefections, because they were so used to going to Franklin Street for 13 years to get our chocolate. So you can pop in there also.
Wait a second. You moved just this past March?
So no, 2019 we moved to Center.
All right.
And I love our new retail location. I really, really do. So we've been. Oh, hold on one second. I'm getting Oh, sorry.
Okay.
No, there was a noise in the background. There was some feedback.
Oh.
Yeah. So things were really going great in this new location. Here, hold on. Let me see if I can show you. If you look out our window, that's where the fountains would be in City Hall, and there's the cemetery. So having this, where I feel like we're literally in one of the best spots in Quincy, and it's so beautiful when the fountains are out, or around Christmas time when they do the Christmas tree lighting.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It is beautiful.
We were really stoked about being here. So we're just hoping that we kind of get the pandemic, things are going to start going in that great direction again, because I want to stay where we are. I'm really happy with our location.
Well, it's interesting. The actual exterior of the building, it has a kind of it probably lends itself to having a chocolate business inside, because it's got this Bavarian type of structure on the outside, right?
Which is it is, and it's chocolate colored on the outside with the cream, which is that's our kind of our colors. And
well, can you just show me that sign? What does that say on the wall there? That little saying that you wrote.
So, be sweet, be true, be pure, be
you. Cool. Who came up with that?
I did. That was kind of the original. So this is actually a little weird thing with small business. Our original store, Pure Chocolate, and we went by Pure Chocolate for almost 6 years. And then when we tried to get the trademark on Pure Chocolate, there was this company that actually gum, but it was like a subsidiary of Hershey's, and we couldn't get the trademark for it. So we wanted something we could trademark, had to change our name. And so we ended up changing Purefections chocolate. But a lot of people, especially a lot of our original customers, they still call us Pure Chocolate. And sometimes there is confusion, like, is Pure Chocolate Purefections chocolate? Is it the same? And that's us. So we were originally Pure Chocolate, and now we're Purefections.
Oh, cool. Well, yeah, no, I haven't been in, but I promise you I will be in. And I did see the location, and thinking about your business and stuff, and the building and how it's laid out, and it looks and the location is great, and it also is it seems like a great spot to do chocolate. It's awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, Well, listen, you did a great job, and I'm really looking forward to meeting you in person and checking out your thing. And it's congratulations on a family business with your sister for 14 years. We'll do our best to put your name out there, and it was great talking to you. And I'm looking forward to seeing what you got and putting it in my tummy.
Definitely, let me know when you're coming by.
All right, I will. Thank you so much. Tell Lisa I said hi, and I'll see you in the future. Awesome.
Oh, awesome! Thank you so much.
Thank you. Oh, wait.
What?
So where can we find you? I know on Instagram is Purefections, but where can we find you on Facebook?
Facebook is Purefections Chocolate. And then our website is purefectionschocolate.com. So we do online orders, so we do ship anywhere, and we do a ton of corporate stuff too. So if anyone out there needs corporate gifts or has to send employee gifts this year, we love to do that, and we do a whole custom business, especially with our packaging. We do really, on top of having really nice chocolate, we do really nice packaging too. So if people want to go out and check us out, that would be awesome.
Oh, that sounds like a great idea for some gifts over the holiday, and people need some comfort food, and I'm looking forward to what was it, the Twitter? How do you say that? What?
Tataruga.
Oh, the Tatarugas. All right, I'm going in for those bad boys.
Yeah, so the Tataruga, that's people love them, and I know people, like some people have like the only place they'll get turtles from, and prior to us opening, we have people that come in now. It's like, I only used to go here to get turtles, but now I only come to Purefections. So I guess we've changed people.
All right. Well, I'm looking forward to being changed.
Awesome. Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Aldo.
Yeah, very nice talking to you. Have a great day, and I'll see you soon.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye.